Alright, let's see if it's any better. Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! I love it when technology works. So if you missed the intro, I think the other one's saved, but if not, I'm going to go over some quick things. Let's see here. Comment, let me know you're on here and things are working okay. Okay, now it's moving on my end, so I should be okay. Just waiting on Miss Iris, because she was the one having problems, and honestly, I was too. So you are not the only one, hun. So, just waiting for everybody to catch up. It's always fun. Oh my gosh. Who's got the hearts? Miss Sherilyn. Oh, thanks, hun. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Liz. Just waiting to see if Miss Iris is going to make it. I had to do a take two. Sorry about that, guys. So I'll say hello. I had to do a take two because my video was freezing and doing weird things and not loading. So I don't know. You know, it is what it is. So I'm going to go over a quick intro, even though it was on the other one. So comment so you can have a chance to win the 2 cards. Emails for Rubber Rummage if you want to pick up boxes and all that stuff, and how much I sold for you and all that. That will be going out in email format tomorrow. If you'd like a mini catalog, please let me know. Mailings will be going out tomorrow. It's going to be a busy couple days for me, right? Yeah. So, if you are local, drop off on Friday at the Walmart parking lot from around 3-ish. So, oh, train whistle's blowing. Oh, Miss Sherilyn, I'm glad you got to get away. Let's see. Happy Hour Friday night. The contest for the Memories and More pack, which is right there. I'm not seeing Ms. Iris, though. Alright, so, we're going to see how that goes. So, the contest, you need to email me a Christmas card. Christmas in July, right? So, stamp a stack for Saturday. There are 2 spots in the morning left, so RSVP tonight by midnight if you would like to attend. Yes, that includes lunch. It's from 10 to 2. Let's see, what else do I have? The Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine will be available for order September 1st with the mini shortly to follow. Please give me some comments and some love so you can win some cards. Alright, so for tonight, follow me, stampingwithjohnny.com. YouTube is Stamping with Johnny, and if you want to order, the code for tonight is on johnnydaniel.stampinup.net. The code is P as in Paul, D as in dog, H, H, E, 7UG. And if you want to join my team, you can go to the same website, and instead of clicking shop, you can click on join. So thanks so much. All right, so for tonight, we are doing some fun faux embossing, okay? Yes, I said faux. So, it makes it fancier than fake, right? So for tonight, we are doing a similar card to this, and we're going to be talking about the new adhesive sheets. We're going to be talking about all the different embossing folders, how to create texture, and how to faux emboss as well. So we got a lot to do tonight, don't we? So this is one of the cards we will I will be raffling off, so feel free. This is sponged on the edges, torn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different embossing folders. So this is a great way to use up scraps, Cheryl. So this is also using the tropical dies, and we're using the adhesive sheets as well as a cute little stitched punch or label. And, well, I think that's enough, right? So this is Night of Navy, this is Seaside Spray, this is Sponge with Seaside Spray, and then I got some retired That Tropic paper. So, just something different for you, okay, on how to use your scraps. So let's get started, shall we? All right, so on my table, I have the Timeless Tropical dies, mainly. Also, packaging tape. And you're saying you've lost it. Yeah, I kind of have. But honestly, this is what we're going to use to do our faux embossing. I don't know if you've ever done this before, but it's an interesting technique. I've got the Seaside Spray ink. I've got a dauber, slightly used, but hey, that's okay. We've got one piece of Seaside Spray left because I've already started the card. I thought you probably didn't want to see me do like 7 of them. So, okay. So what I have in front of me, I have a card base, thick whisper white card base. Hey Serene, how are you, honey? So I have a thick whisper white card base. It's cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And I don't know where Miss Shawnee was. She wasn't feeling good last week. And yeah, anyways. So for her sake, even if she's not on, because eventually she will see this, the valley side is what goes on the outside of your card. Your mountain is what you're going to crush or your bump. Okay? So you're going to fold it inwards. Alrighty, and then I have already some palm trees die cut out that are faux embossed, but we're going to be showing this in just a second for you. Alright, so what I've already done, I have Night of Navy matte at 5 by 3 3/4 cut. Okay, now I did this a little bit differently. Let me reach. This one I did at 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. I covered the entire base. Okay, so this one I have quite a bit smaller, and I made it the same size as my Seaside Spray. You can do whatever you want. That's the glory of it. So, all right, so I used how many folders? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, soon to be 8. So we've got the, let's see if I can remember all these. Pinewood planks. We've got the hammered metal 3D folder. We've got the ornate floral 3D folder. Now, when you're tearing these, it's kind of cool because the 3D folders, because they crush the paper more, make it 3D, so make it a little bit more of an impression. When you're tearing it, it's much easier to tear because the fibers are broken down a little more. So, I cannot remember for the life of me this one. This is one of our new ones. I believe it's Tasteful. I always want to say tweed, and that's not correct. Tasteful Touches, Tasteful. If somebody can remember, that would be great. All right, so we've got the Scripty, we've got our Dainty Diamonds, and we've got our Good World, Old World, 3D embossing folder. Okay? The one that looks like a paper bag or distressed. You had to reboot Facebook. I did too, Iris. You are not the only one. I came back on and it's just beloved Facebook. And that's all we're going to say. So, the last embossing folder that I am going to do is the 3D brick one that we're going to accomplish here. And that's with this one. And then we're going to tear sponge and all that. Okay. The palm trees are already done. The Aloha. All right, so this is retired paper, and I'm sorry, guys, but it was too pretty not to use, and that's just how it's going to be some days. So, on the very back, you can see this white piece, okay? This is our adhesive sheet, and this is basically our sticker back, okay? So, what this is going to allow me to do is cut this Aloha, And then when it comes out, I'm going to have a sticker back that I can just peel instead of worrying about boogery glue and all that with a little tiny little piece. We're also going to be putting a front on this to do our faux emboss. Whew. Okay, so is that enough? Shall we do this? Okay, so let's do it. All right, so let me move things out of the way, because we don't need things in the way, right? So, Iris, I'm glad you made it back, honey. I don't know. Facebook has been weird the last few days. So let me get on here and make sure that's centered. I'm gonna wait for that to catch up for a second while I'm throwing stuff around. So, this is the infamous die cutting machine, also known as a Big Shot. For this platform, we are using the Chunk platform, okay? And I'm using the blue plate, which I don't think you can buy anymore, but if you can't buy it, it's what you would use instead is about 5 pieces of cardstock taped together. And that's, let's see, and a clear plate on top as the embossing folder goes in. So, without anything else, let's get this rolling. No pun intended. All right, so with our embossing folders, 3D or otherwise, we have the logo for Stampin' Up! With usually a line so you can know if you're straight or not. And then on the back you have a little, unfortunately, made in China, and a little Stampin' Up! Trademark or copyright. Okay, so you want to stay on the side that says Stampin' Up! The logo, because that is the front of the embossing folder. So if you feel it, this side is raised and this side is more sunk. The sunk side is where the paper is going to go in and actually raise. So you have to think opposite when you're doing this. Okay, so I am closing this up. Couple things. You want the spine to go in first. Okay, the reason is because you want that pressure to hit that first so it doesn't flex this unevenly and then torque it. Okay, yeah, that's a technical term. Hey Elise, how are you? I thought you were in Michigan, so maybe you are. Anyways, so I'm putting this spine first. I'm gonna put the blue plate over, and I am running this through. That pop at the end knows you did it right, right? So I am pulling this out and I have my bricks, okay? Hitting the bricks. All right, so now let me get the rest of the platform for the other. And I'm gonna move this to the side just for a second. All right, so I've got my bricks. Do you see that? My bricks? I hope so. Vegas tonight, fly out in the morning. All right, Miss Travel Queen. I'm glad you get to go. All right, so I'm gonna pick which side looks more crooked to me or where it's finishing or whatever you want. And I'm gonna grab and I'm going to tear. Okay, note too, our cardstocks are dyed all the way through, so you're gonna get the same color all the way through. When you have cardstocks that have not been dyed all the way through, when you tear it like that, you'll have white coming through. And you're thinking, what's the problem? Well, the problem is, like you're doing a Halloween page or card or project, and you want this torn to give a rough edge, and it's a black, and you've got some like deep purples and oranges and that, and then you've got this nice white edge showing up. And even after you color it, guess what happens? Nothing. The white undertone's still coming through. So you want to make sure to get cardstock that's dyed all the way through. Okay? So I'm grabbing my sponge dauber and I'm just grabbing on the edge to give a little bit of accent, if you can see that, I hope. So I'm grabbing that for some accent. So that way, when I put it down, you can differentiate between the layers. Okay? All right, so a couple things to note. Let me get through. Couple things to note. When you're doing a layering project, you want to start from the bottom and work up. And here's why. Because when you're gluing, I just have to put on top. I don't have to tuck under where I've glued and hopefully not go all the way down. Why do I say that? Because I've done it. Okay? So, thanks, Sherilyn. Appreciate it. Yep, solid core vise, white core. When you're buying paper. All right, so I'm just going to stack this last one, and I want a tiny bit of my navy blue, my other blue, showing. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 folders on there. Okay, so this color is Seaside Spray, if you're wondering. Okay, and we're gonna attach this guy with our new Stampin' Seal to our cardstock, thick white cardstock. All right, so I've got that, and then I'm grabbing, I got the creaky chair. So I'm grabbing my palm trees, and I'm gonna put a couple dimensionals on here. And you will understand how we do this in just a minute. So this is great if you don't have glaze, or if you don't want to go through a whole bunch of clear embossing powder, or I don't know why else. But hey, it's a cool concept, right? You might want to put some glue dots on the bottom. To me, that's not going to bother me, but it might bother you. We will see. Okay, so let's do some faux embossing, and I'm going to show you how this goes with our Aloha die from our Tropics. I love that you're doing your shopping list on the comments. It's dual fold, right? Or double-sided, or whatever you want to call it. All right, so this little scrap of paper has the adhesive sheet on the back. Now you're going to say, hey, John, you're nuts. Yes, I am. So I've got some clear shipping tape. Okay? Now I'm going to do this not on my paper because I don't want it to stick and tear my scrap, my mat. Okay? So I am, see what I've done? Okay, and because I have the backing on there, I want to be able to peel it, so I'm not going to wrap this around. If I didn't have the backing on there, I wouldn't care. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my snips, and I'm just going to trim off the excess tape, so that way it doesn't stick in my machine. Okay, so just quick, ready? Okay, all done. All right, and then I'm going to grab my die cutting machine and move it back over. All right, so now to do my Aloha, okay? So to make multiple, you would fill embossing folder. What? All right, hold on. Let me read comments. So to make multiples, I would fill the embossing folder with paper and then wrap. Seems more practical. Note to self too. Okay. Gotcha. All right, so with this, I have my platform with my adapter and my 2 clear plates. I've got my adhesive sheet on the back. I have my paper, and then I have my clear tape across. And then I'm sticking my Aloha down right in the middle of that tape. Make sure to not get the edges of it. And then I am just gonna roll this through. I didn't realize how much I stand up when I craft, because I was trying to roll this through and I'm going, oh my gosh, I'm so used to standing up while I do it. But hey, we can all learn, right? So, alrighty. So I'm gonna peel my guy off, and the backing of the sticker already came off, so this is already sticky, as you can see. So if you wanted to, you could also have the wax backing of the sticker as an extra, but I'm not going to keep it. You can if you want. And then if you want the negative, you can cut the edges of the tape and do that as well, but not today, not for what we're doing. Alrighty, so I don't have my take your pick tool like super duper close, so guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab the closest thing I can grab, which is a pencil, and I'm gonna find my card base. You're gonna mess up something. I'll go over the steps after I finish, okay? So I'm gonna pull out all my middles, the middle of my O, the middle of my A, so it doesn't stick to my card. So the reason I did this is some of you are going on vacation. I, for one, am not, because I've got a kid in college and everything else that's going on. So we'll probably go in the fall or something like that. But hey, it is what it is, and it's timing. So not a problem. So down here, or up here, or down here? Down. Definitely down. So we're going to stick this down. And that is my cute Aloha travel card. Hey Jake, how are you, hun? Yeah, upside down would be kind of waves, huh? Yeah, and I was thinking if you go this way and really kind of, but hey, you got to pick one way, right? So let me grab through. So these are our 2 cards for tonight. I don't know if you can see it, but we've got a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of shine, and that's that tape coming through. So if you want to do some faux embossing, there you go. Kind of cool, right? One note, if you pay attention to where your seams are, if your tape isn't wide enough, so you don't want it right on the edge because you don't want it to catch. It's better to have it towards the middle. For me, the palm trees, I had it right there. So I had a strip going here and a strip going there. So just pay attention to where your seams are and you'll be just fine. And without anything else, there's your faux embossing, okay? As well as all the layers that go with it and everything else. So hope you had a great time, even with the technical stuff, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great night.